Hi, today we're going to talk about Google, the company, the huge company, and we're going to present its audit report, the strategies. So let's go one by one. Google, now part of larger conglomerate Alphabet Inc., is one of the most influential technology companies globally known for its huge brand and initially for its search engine. Google has diversified its offerings across software, advertising, hardware, and cloud computing. So let's discuss one by one. Let's talk about the current situation. This is an audit report of Google. There are three aspects I'm going to talk for now regarding performance. One is the financial performance, then the market position, and the technological advancements. Google consistently ranks among the top revenue generating companies in the world, with significant income from its digital advertising business. Alphabet reported total revenue of over 257 billion in 2021, with a considerable portion derived from Google services, including advertising, YouTube, and Google Cloud. Now, the marketing position, Google commands a dominant position in digital advertising, holding around 28% of the global digital ad market. It also leads in mobile operating systems with Android and search engines usage. And let's talk about technological advancements. Google's innovative focus has positioned it at the forefront of artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies, powering products such as Google Search, Google Assistant, and Google Cloud AI services. Let's talk about a strategic posture. The mission is to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful. Objectives is for this is Google aims to remain the primary choice for digital services, enhance the user experience, grow its AI and cloud services, and outline developing products that integrate seamlessly into users' lives. Let's talk about the strategies. Google's strategies focus on diversification, innovation, and product integration. Key growth strategies include expanding its cloud computing footprint, developing AI driven solutions, and acquiring promising tech companies. What about the policies? Google emphasizes data privacy and user security, sustainability, and AI ethics. Its policies align with its strategic objectives of trust, user focus, and long-term sustainability. Now, let's have a look on the corporate governance strategic managers, I would say. Let's talk about those a little bit. Regarding the Google, we have lots of information about its board directors, corporate structure, and stakeholder engagements. Let's talk one by one. Regarding the board of directors, Alphabet's board includes experienced leaders from tech, finance, and academia, ensuring comprehensive oversight. Key figures include CEO Sundar Pichai, who leads Google's technological and strategic directions. For the corporate structure, Google operates under Alphabet, allowing its core business to focus on innovative projects without affecting the company's primary income sources. Google's strategic managers are industry leaders with a focus on innovation, data privacy, AI ethics, and revenue growth. Now, let's talk about stakeholder engagement. Google engages with multiple stakeholders, including advertisers, regulators, consumers, and employees, balancing stakeholder interests to sustain its leadership position and reputation. It's important to talk about external environment. So there are like four important things regarding the external environment. One is the economic factors. Another is political and legal factors. Then social and cultural factors, and then the technological factors. Google is affected by global economic conditions, influencing advertising spending by businesses. Economic recessions can slow down digital ad growth, which is primary revenue stream. For the political and legal factors, external environment, we are talking about increasing regulatory scrutiny from the US and European Union regarding data privacy, antitrust laws, and monopolistic practices presents challenges. The company faces investigations into its ad practices and is required to comply with the stringent GDPR regulations in Europe. For the social and cultural factors regarding the external environment, there is a growing awareness around data privacy, with users becoming cautious about how companies use their data. Google is addressing this by increasing transparency and offering better data control to users. Now, let's talk about technological factors. Rapid advancements in AI and machine learning create opportunities for Google to innovate. However, the company faces competition from other technical giants like Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple, especially in cloud computing and AI. Now, it's important to talk about the internal environment of the Google. Core competencies, important resources, corporate culture. So let's discuss these internal environments. First of all, core competencies. Google's core competencies lie in its search algorithms, AI and machine learning expertise, and data analytics. These capabilities power many of its products, from search to advertising to Google Assistant. Resources. Google has robust financial resources, allowing it to invest heavily in research and development, infrastructure, and acquisitions. Its internal property portfolio includes patents across search algorithms, ad technology, and AI. For the corporate culture, Google's culture is innovation driven, with a strong emphasis on experimentation, collaboration, and open communication. It encourages a flexible work environment and offers numerous employee benefits to attract top talent. Now let's talk about strength, weakness, opportunity, and threats. Strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. For the strengths, market dominance, diversified product portfolio, strong brand. Weaknesses, dependence on ad revenue, regulatory scrutiny. Opportunities, expanding cloud computing, AI advancements, global digital adoption. Threats, competition, data privacy concerns, regulatory risks. Let's do an analysis of strategic factors. There are three key points. One is we will talk about the key issues, then the competitive advantage, and the strategic positioning for the analysis of the strategic factors. Key issues: regulatory pressures, particularly antitrust investigations, are significant concerns. There is also heavy competition in cloud computing and digital advertising, requiring Google to innovate continually. For the competitive advantage, Google's competitive advantage lies in its vast user based, high refined algorithms and extensive data resources, making it challenging for the competitors to match its scale and insight. For the strategic positioning, Google is positioned as an innovation leader, constantly adapting its business model to incorporate cutting edge technology, diversify its revenue streams, and maintain a strong brand reputation. Now, it's important to talk about strategic alternatives and recommended strategy. So, let's talk alternative strategies. There are three important points: strengthen cloud offerings. Number two is expand non-advertising revenue. And number three is to increase privacy-focused innovation. When we talk about strengthen cloud offerings, so it's increase investments in Google Cloud to compete directly with AWS and Microsoft Azure, focusing on industry-specific solutions. Number two, expand non-advertising revenue. Invest in areas like YouTube subscriptions, hardware, and smart home devices to reduce dependence and add on the ad revenue. Number three is the increase privacy-focused innovation. Develop privacy-enhancing technologies to meet global regulations, address user concerns, and differentiate from competitors. So, recommended strategy would be what? Google should prioritize expanding Google Cloud given the substantial growth potential in enterprise services and its existing technological strengths in AI and analytics. This strategy will not only diversify revenue but also enhance Google's value proposition to business clients. How to implement? Let's talk about implementation. One is the resource allocation, another is the organizational changes, third is the strategic partnership, and fourth is the marketing and brand positioning. For the resource allocation, allocate significant R&D resources to Google Cloud, building teams focused on enterprise solutions, industry-specific applications, and AI-driven cloud services. Number two is organizational changes. Empower Google Cloud with a distinct operating model that allows it to focus on enterprise clients, enhancing its responsiveness to market needs. Number three is strategic partnerships. Form alliances with large enterprises across different sectors, for example, healthcare and finance, to create customized cloud solutions, increase market penetration, and add credibility. Number fourth is the marketing and the brand positioning. Position Google Cloud as an AI first platform and market it as a secure, flexible, and powerful solution for modern business. Let's do an evaluation and control. Key performance indicators are cloud revenue growth, user retention and satisfaction, data privacy compliance, and cost benefit analysis. So let's do an evaluation and control. Cloud revenue growth. Monitor quarterly revenue growth in Google Cloud. Number two is user retention and satisfaction. Track metrics around cloud client retention rates and satisfaction scores to assess service quality. Number three is data privacy compliance. Measure compliance with international regulations and monitor legal proceedings to address privacy and antitrust concerns. Number fourth is the cost benefit analysis. Conduct regular cost benefit analysis of AI and R&D investments to ensure effective resources allocation. We can also do more specific things regarding the Google. We can talk more about it and we will discuss more. So let's do an analysis performance revenue. Quarterly performance reviews will enable Google to adjust strategies based on financial outcomes, regulatory changes, and evolving industry trends. So the situation definition is considered what we did so far: considered current performance, mission, objective, considered corporate governance, dealt with social trends, dealt with industry opportunities and threats, identified internal strengths, identified internal weaknesses, stated strategic factors clearly and concisely, considered both immediate and long-term problems. So let's define that situation definition. Google, a subsidiary of Alphabet Inc., is a global leader in digital advertising, search, and artificial intelligence with additional ventures in cloud computing, hardware, and other high tech sectors. Since its founding, Google has transformed from a search engine to a diversified tech giant, with its parent company Alphabet enabling it to pursue moonshot projects beyond its core business. So the current performance, its revenue and profitability, Google is one of the most profitable company worldwide, consistently achieving substantial revenue. So we discussed all about it, and there are other opportunities that Google should look into. We discussed about the threats, internal strengths, internal weaknesses. We spoke about strategic factors, and if Google will focus on these important things, immediate and long-term problems, regulatory compliance, long-term problems, private enhancements, dependency on ad revenue, sustaining innovation, brand perception, and public trust. So these are the few situations there where Google should go through. So um, let's talk about distinguishing between symptoms and underlying problems. Symptoms. Regulatory scrutiny. Google faces increasing antitrust investigations, especially in the US and European Union. Then the privacy concerns. Users and regulators are raising concerns about Google's data. Then dependence on advertising and revenue. Google's revenue stream is heavily reliant on digital advertising, so these are the few factors that Google should look into, and it is also important to see the interferences. Google's heavy reliance on advertising could be a vulnerability if regulatory changes or shifts in consumer behavior reduce and ad revenue. If Google fails to improve transparency and data privacy, private trust may decline, impacting user engagement and potentially leading to stronger regulatory action. Google's cloud division, while promising, needs further investment and strategic focus to become a primary revenue stream and reduce dependency on advertising. So these are some of the points which were important for the Google to see. The one more thing is the relative strategic concepts utilized. Porter's five forces analysis, analyzing competitive forces in the tech industry, reveals Google's need to maintain its competitive advantage. Another is resource based view, RBW. Google's resources, such as its financial capital, brand equity, data, and technological expertise, are a source of sustained competitive advantage. Then the corporate diversification strategy. Google's ventures into hardware, pixel devices, cloud services, and artificial intelligence align with the corporate diversification strategy, which is essential for reducing dependency on advertising. Then the SWOT analysis, strength, weaknesses, and the threats. We can talk about Google's strengths include brand dominance, data expertise, and technological innovation, while weaknesses center around its dependency on advertising and regulatory challenges. The opportunities in cloud computing and hardware, alongside the threats of privacy regulations and intense competition, underscore the importance of diversifying revenue streams. So we can do an audit and analysis of Google's assessment of alternatives in the light of Google's current strengths, weaknesses, and the external pressure it faces. The following alternatives offer a strategic pathway to reduce Google's reliance on advertising, address regulatory challenges, and prepare for long-term growth. Each alternative is assessed for feasibility, alignment with the current situation, and its risk, costs, and benefits. One is number one is the alternative is the to accelerate Google Cloud expansion. Then this has pros and cons. Then another is the invest in privacy focused advertising technology. This has pros and cons. And then the alternative number three is expand hardware division, again having pros and cons. And the fourth one is to strengthen AI and machine learning research. That has a pro and con. We can briefly discuss one by one all these four alternatives. So number one is, as we spoke about, is to accelerate Google's cloud expansion. Expanding Google Cloud is a viable way of Google to diversify its revenue and reduce its dependence on advertising. The cloud computing market is rapidly growing, and major corporations are increasingly adopting cloud infrastructure. This expansion would focus on competitive pricing, advanced AI capabilities, and increased investment in sales and customer services to compete with AWS and Microsoft Azure. Pros: revenue diversification, growth potential, improved regulatory position. Cons: high cost, intense competition, and timing. Risk: moderate. The cloud market is well established, but Google needs to differentiate its services and build brand trust to compete effectively. Number two alternative is invest in privacy focused advertising technology. Given rising consumer and regulatory focus on data privacy, Google could develop and promote privacy focused advertising solutions that prioritize user control over data. Technological such as federated learning of cohorts, FLOC, and other post-cookie advertising methods could help sustain ad revenue while reducing privacy risk. Pros: sustained ad revenue, improved public perception, first mover advantage. Cons: high development cost, potential for lower ad effectiveness, uncertain regulatory acceptance. Risk: moderate. While privacy focused advertising is a clear need, it involves uncertainty in both technological effectiveness and regulatory reception. Number three alternative is expand hardware division. Google can further develop its hardware portfolio, for example, Pixel smartphones, net devices. To establish a reliable revenue stream, hardware allows Google to reach consumers directly, diversify its business model, and potentially integrate Google services and AI into consumer devices for an enhanced ecosystem. Pros: diversified revenue stream, brand ecosystem, consumer market growth. But the cons: high capital investment, risk of low market share, supply chain risks. So the risk is high. Hardware is competitive and intensive with unpredictable returns due to market challenges and supply chain vulnerabilities. Alternative number four is to strengthen AI and machine learning research. Google has extensive expertise in artificial intelligence and machine learning. By further strengthening its research and product development in these areas, Google could create new applications for AI that support existing products and services, such as autonomous driving with Waymo and advanced machine learning in healthcare. Pros: competitive advantage, new revenue streams, future proofing. Cons: high R&D costs, uncertain revenue timeline, ethical and regulatory concerns. So, alternative number five is to pursue strategic acquisition for diversification. Google could accelerate its diversification by acquiring companies in growth sectors like cloud services, health tech, or cybersecurity. Acquisitions would allow Google to leverage the expertise, technology, and customer base of established companies. Pros: rapid market entry, leverage expertise, synergies with Google's core business. Cons: high acquisition costs, integration challenges, increased regulatory scrutiny. Risk: moderate to high. While acquisitions offer rapid diversification, they come with high costs and integration risk that may affect operational stability. Alternative number six: invest in corporate social responsibility initiative (CSR) to improve public perception and respond to social pressures. Google could enhance its CSR initiative by focusing on sustainability, digital equity, and ethical AI practices. A strong CSR program could foster goodwill, potentially reducing the severity of regulatory scrutiny. Pros: enhanced public image, better regulatory position, employee engagement. Cons: no direct impact, resource allocation, time intensive. Risk: low. CSR initiatives generally have limited risk and can enhance public perceptions, though they require sustained commitment for impact. So there are the recommended strategies. Let's talk. A combined strategy focusing on expanding Google's cloud, developing privacy-focused advertising, selective acquisitions, and enhanced CSR initiatives is the most balanced approach. These strategies align with Google's strengths, address both immediate and long-term challenges, and offer a diversified path forward while managing costs and risk appropriately. By focusing on these recommending alternatives, Google can build a more resilient business model and strengthen its position against regulatory pressures. So, this is my analysis, and we hope for the best and see if Google can have a look on these things. Thanks for your time.